Hi there guys, and welcome to another episode of Alpha Bites. Today we're going to talk about leptin. So for those of you that don't know, leptin is the body's master hormone, and what it does is it tells the brain how much energy stored as fat the body has left in reserve. So leptin resides in your fat cells and it transports signals up to the brain that bind at the hypothalamus, and it says, I've got this much fat left in the body, you've got this much energy left, start burning this fat. The problem is that most of us are actually leptin resistant. About 80 to 90% of the populace within the UK are actually leptin resistant. Now what this means is that we have another hormone which has an inverse relationship with leptin called ghrelin, and this is also known as the hunger hormone, and this is far too high and constantly telling us that we're hungry. So the leptin signals aren't able to bind at the hypothalamus in the brain and tell us that we've got excess fat supplies to fuel our energy. So we're constantly hungry and we create more ghrelin and become more and more hungry. Now, some of the symptoms of being leptin resistant are that we'll be restless during sleep. We will actually have cravings for sugary food and starchy food, those sort of high GI carbs. And we might be sort of quite unfocused and sort of agitated throughout the day. So there's three simple things that we can do to overcome this leptin resistance and improve our leptin sensitivity. Now the first is to remove any processed foods or starchy carbs, okay? Now we all have an emotional attachment to food. There's two types of hunger. There's emotional hunger, which basically comes on just like that. I really want a cheeseburger, or I really want to have a pizza, for example, and it's a specific type of food. And then there's physical hunger, which comes on more gradually. And this actually creeps up on you, and this would just be to get more nutrients or more sort of substance into your body. Now, to help overcome the emotional attachment to food, we can do this one of two ways. We can use willpower, and we can try and stop eating certain types of foods. The problem is we're fighting against our own mind and our own hormones doing this. Another way of doing it is actually through a detox or a cleanse, where you actually remove certain food types from basically being eaten, and that allows your body and your mind to reset. So, for example, I did a gut detox recently where I was basically removing almost all solid foods. I removed that emotional attachment to food so that I wasn't actually, going for that chocolate bar or, having something a bit more starchy in the evenings, and that really helped. Secondly, how can I improve my leptin sensitivity? Well, get to bed by 10 p.m, okay? Your body starts to repair itself by 10 p.m, and don't put physical stressors on it. So your last meal in the evening, that should be by 7:30, okay? Giving your body a couple of hours to digest it before going to bed. And the third and final way to improve your leptin sensitivity is to become cold adapted. Now, becoming cold adapted means going back to our natural cold environment that our ancestors lived in thousands of years ago. And this increases the electron flow throughout the body and means that the leptin signals reach and bind at the brain, okay? This effectively means that we will burn fat by just sitting still, and it is a massive, massive way to improve your fat burning capabilities and your overall health. A way of doing this is by starting off in having cold showers at the end of your shower just for 30 seconds, and then building up to a minute, 5 minutes, and even 10 minutes, okay, over the course of 1 to 2 months. If you want any more information on this, direct message me or give me a shout. I've got a lot more information on cold thermogenesis. I'd be happy to share it. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for listening. I'll be back soon.